All right, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Listen, what I want to do today is continue um, with the theses in regards to relationships. Um, I gave you some 411 about uh, relationships, family matters, etc. So, what I want to tell you is that if you decide that you're going to come here, let's say the Philippines, and you're going to be in a relationship, okay, then know that when you spend your time, you're spending your money, okay? When you spend your time, you're going to spend your money, okay? So therefore, be be success minded. Be mature in your thinking. Don't rush into anything. Don't be so zealous that you found a beautiful person, you seem to like this person, everything seems to be good, and now you're 90 miles an hour to the end zone. Okay? Why? Because you need to be mindful of what? The Filipino hustle. Why? Because you're the prize. You're the prize. You've landed into uh, a bucket, an island. You've landed into a situation whereby which, knowingly or unknowingly, you're the prize. Okay? Why? Why do I say you're the prize? Because there's a subset of Filipinos that, number one, they either are attracted to you naturally and they're going to go all out for you. Number two is that they're part of the Filipino hustle routine. And what is that? Simply, you got a Filipina, she got a baby, she's seen that uh, foreigners come to this country. When they come to this country, the Filipina is treated far better than what the Filipino treats her. And she gets a meal ticket. So, in other words, what you're going to be mindful of? You'll be mindful of the Filipina, young, beautiful, with a baby. Because why? That's two indications. One is either she like you because you're a foreigner, or the other is Filipino hustle looking for a meal ticket. Okay? And when you find this Filipino with the baby, okay, you got a compound equation. Okay? You got a compound equation. Why is that? Because you got a Filipina that has all these skills socially. She has a child and she has a skill in the Filipino hustle. She knows how to win your favor. She's an expert in it. You can't beat her. There's nobody better than her. And if you don't know the Filipino hustle, you'll never know that that's what's going down. What they say, game recognize game. So if you don't know the game, how can you recognize it? Okay? She gonna put everything out there. Okay? Why? Because she's trying to win your favor. Why? Because basically she's trying to get a meal ticket for that baby. Now, if the baby's a foreigner or Filipino baby, which more than likely it's gonna be a Filipino baby, you see? Because if it's a foreigner baby, she gonna be with, she usually gonna be with that guy, you know, most of the time. So you establish that you want to be in a relationship, but you keeping all these things in your head, in the forefront of your head, not in the back of your head, so that when situations arise, red flags appear, you're not dumbfounded, okay? And even if you get in a relationship, you know, a pay-to-play relationship, ain't nothing wrong with that. You see? Ain't nothing wrong with a pay-to-play relationship. Why? Because any way it go, like I said in the beginning, you're going to spend your time and your money. So if you got an understanding in the beginning that, hey, I'm looking for somebody to take care of my laundry, to clean my house, to give me an oil change, cook my food, etc., and I'm willing to pay, you know, this amount of money every month to help you out, that's pay to play. You got to understand it. Everybody's got an expectation to live up to, okay? And in that type of a relationship, what you're going to do is you're going to avoid some of or most of the family toxic problems. You see, because there's a lot of toxicity in that family element, especially by you being a foreigner, because the family is going to expect that you, by means of the Filipina, increase their lifestyle. You make it more comfortable, you make it better, you do something to help their well-being, and they're gonna they're gonna be like on her like white on rice, okay? And it's 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 just part of the way they do, because if you can imagine, you got a family, a mother and father, and they promote their children to go overseas, work all their life, and send their money home to take care of them. Yeah, just imagine that. So they're willing to sacrifice their child's life so that they have some money to buy whatever it is they want to buy, because they don't have a means to get it. So they have the kids work overseas, send the money back to take care of them. And they instill in them all this time, this devotion, this, you owe me type mentality into the child. So the child has no resignation, they have no hesitation to do that, and they do it. So imagine if this girl is here and her hustle is foreigners, well, the mama and the daddy go help them hustle. Okay, why? Because the family has a certain level of toxicity. That's toxic. That's not good. You see. And so once again, if you're gonna have a relationship, not necessarily pay to play, but you're gonna have a relationship where you're thinking about marrying or you're married, then I strongly suggest you put some distance between you and the family. Put some distance. Because if you don't, all of their toxicity is going to be in your household. And trust me, there is toxicity. Okay? So, what you got to remember is that this family unit survives together. So, therefore, if you are a means of substance, you are the prize, you are the target, and you can't get away from that. So, how do you stifle it? How do you prohibit it? By setting boundaries with your Filipina. You've got to set boundaries in the very beginning in any relationship you get in. Any. Whether it's pay to play, marriage, girlfriend, boyfriend, any relationship, you've got to have boundaries. Because if you don't, that family unit is going to override your relationship with the Filipina because they're going to control her. And when they begin to, let's say, make their demands on her, she's going to have a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. It's going to be an enormous amount of pressure on her, okay? Because you got to remember, that's her family. And she is a victim of the family's abuse techniques. And why do I say they're abuse techniques? Because their means by which they apply pressure to her to get her to do something that's going to obtain something from you. And she already has knowledge of your boundaries. So she's going to have an inner conflict. Should she do what her mom and daddy say, her sister and brother say, or should she follow your mandate in regards to your boundaries and don't bring the BS to you? Well, it's going to be very difficult for her to maintain those boundaries, okay? And so what's going to happen? When she comes and she puts down this request, man, let me tell you something. That person that you felt was so nice, so lovely, so caring, this, that, and the third, man, she gonna turn into a devil. She gonna turn into something that appears to be so evil you ain't gonna recognize it. You see? Now, I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you something from personal experience. I'm African American. United States, you call a black man a nigga, you got a problem. But let me tell you this. If you're a black man in the Philippines and you cross that Filipina, you get her to angry that she's not able to accomplish what her parents or her family set out for her to do, she'll call you a nigga in a minute. She will call you a nigga and you got to control yourself. You see? Because, yeah, that's the level of dysfunction and toxicity that's in that relationship. And she got a job to do. So what you got to do is you got to not press it to the level that she's going to go off like that with your answer, with your response to her. You know, you can just simply walk away. You can just say, hey, I ain't able to do it at this time, bam, 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 and leave the house, go somewhere. The conversation comes up again, do the same thing. You know, just don't let it escalate because you know that she's under a lot of pressure to produce. Produce what? Whatever it is that family has asked her to get from you. And you would think that the Filipino looking for a meal ticket would not be so aggressive or do something that would destroy that relationship. Well, one red flag is you need to establish how many foreign relationships have she been in. That's going to tell you right there the family pressure element and or her level of personal toxicity. Okay? Her level of becoming that devil, that demonoid person when she gets angry. Okay? And you got to say, well, if she's this, that, and the third, then she's going to want to maintain this support that I'm giving her. No, don't think that. That's false. Because you got to remember that whatever level you put her at, she was 50 times lower, and she was happy. The struggle was to get up, but she don't care if she goes down because she's been there before. She knows the routine. She knows how to go from here to here. They never change. They're used to what? The pattern of doing things. So if things go up to here and she can't take it up to here, she can't get her way, she don't give a damn if she goes back down to here because she'll start all over. She knows how. Filipino hustle. That's the name of the game. Game what? Recognize game. So when you see somebody that don't give a damn about offending you, don't give a damn about your expectations, no, that's only part of the game. Because why? She'll walk away from you in a heartbeat and start all over with another one. And 9 times out of 10, when you notice that she's not giving a damn about your expectations, she's probably already communicating with another source. You see? And she's just getting you for what she can get you or and getting you until this one can get here. Okay? So, or she's already getting money from the other source and she really don't need to fulfill that pay to play obligation with you as much, even though, yeah, she'll take your money, but she's already getting a source of money from the other person. Okay? That being said, you the prize. You don't recognize the game, you become a victim of the game. What they say? You see a sucker licking. Okay? So once again, if you go get in a relationship, be open-minded. Know what's happening. Don't be afraid of a pay to play. Establish it. And if you can, don't get into a serious relationship until you know this person is the right person. You see? Don't get in unless you know. Why? Because, excuse me, I accidentally kicked my tripod here. Sorry about that. But you don't know what their final hustle is about because they have a short-term and long-term hustle. Most of them, you see. And whether it's short-term, they initiate in the beginning, or whether they turn it into a long-term after a short period of time. But they still have some type of intentions, some type of hustle for a long-term or short-term. Okay? And so you got to recognize the signs and not become a victim of it. And if you recognize the signs, you can make your stay here in the Philippines much easier, less complicated, and you won't get burnt. Okay? Hey, listen, if you guys can guess or know what these are, see that? See that? See? If you know what these are, leave a comment, okay? I just want to tell you that this and this, man, listen, you got to get here. You got to get you some of these, okay? It look like some kind of monster or something, right? But boy, let me tell you, these babies here is like, look, see that? Mm. Man, they are so good. So many nutrients to extend your life, to improve your health, and just a piece of fruit, bro. So remember, Filipinos the same way. She can extend your life, improve your health, but you got to get the right one. This fruit and this fruit is different. So are the Filipinos. They're not all the same. That being said, remember, one thing for sure and two for certain. When you help other people, you help yourself. God bless, take care, and don't forget, remember the red flags, remember the Filipino hustle. Keep that in your mind. Don't let it destroy something that could be a positive relationship, but don't let it make you become a fool in your fourth quarter. Okay? Tools to use to win the fourth quarter. Take care. See you guys later.